Okay, today we're going to be talking about Elizabethan Theatre, and most of the time we'll spend talking about William Shakespeare, since he is the most influential person, arguably, to theater, especially during this time period. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to watch a video that's a background information about Elizabethan Theatre, specifically Shakespeare in the Globe. So find this video on YouTube or click the link and watch this video. Okay, so some things to note about Elizabethan theater. Elizabethan era was the Renaissance of England. It was during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. Christopher Marlowe and William Shakespeare were the most prominent playwrights of the time, and Marlowe was greatly overshadowed by Shakespeare, and his most popular play is Dr. Faustus. So the next video you're going to want to watch his Thug Notes Dr. Faustus summary. We won't be reading Dr. Faustus, but it is a really good play, and Marlowe, was, like we said, was unfortunately really overshadowed by Shakespeare, so it's definitely worth your time to read it if you are interested in it. So go ahead and watch this video, so click on the link or find this video on YouTube so you can kind of get a summary of Dr. Faustus and kind of get a little bit more information about who Marlowe is and his type of writing. Okay, so the next video we're going to watch is about the English Renaissance theater. So this video is going to take you a little bit into what the setup of the theater was like. So go ahead and click on this link or find this video on YouTube. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Shakespeare. He wrote over 37 plays and over 100 poems and sonnets. They were enjoyed by royals and commoners as well. The audience members did not expect realistic portrayals of life in his shows. His shows were performed in the Globe Theatre, so him and his partners built the Globe Theatre in 1599 on the bank of the River Thames. It was a 3-story building with a small hut on top of the roof. The flag was raised atop the hut on the days where there would be a performance. So there was a lot of other playhouses in the area, and they would raise their flag on the day that there would be a performance, so that way people would know that there was a play that day. So people would walk around with their friends, with their husbands or wives down the River Thames, and they would look for any playhouses that would have their flag raised, and then they would just go in and watch the show that day. It was enclosed in open courtyard referred to as the pit. Okay, so next video you're going to want to find or click on the link is Shakespeare's Globe Theatre London, All the World's a Stage. And this is going to take you into some more in-depth information about the Globe Theatre itself, both including the first and the second Globe. The Globe did catch fire and they did rebuild it. Okay, so the groundlings would stand to watch the performances from that area. These were the cheap seats. Seating galleries were surrounding the pit, and it's where the more expensive seats were. It was protected from the sun and the rain by a thatched roof. The main stage protruded from one end of the pit, and a trapdoor was cut in the center of the main stage to allow ghosts and demons to appear. A roof covered the main stage to protect the actors and their costumes from the sun and the rain. Suns, moons, and stars covered under the side of the roof became known as the heavens because of the decorative drawings. Actors portraying angels and spirits were also often lowered from the heavens to the main stage. So having a 3-level stage really let them be able to bring actors from trapdoors and also from the roof. There was no scenery used during the performances. There was just simply furniture to indicate a location. So if they were going to be in a palace or a castle, you would see a lot of thrones on stage. If there was an outdoor location, then you would see tree branches. So they didn't have a lot of any scenery. There was no backdrops. There was not any of that to indicate location. They just used furniture to indicate where it was set. There was a greater emphasis on costumes, musical accompaniment, and special sound effects. Okay, so let's talk about what your project is going to be for this unit. So we're going to read Othello together in class, and then you're going to be creating a project based on Othello. So you have a lot of different project options, so we're going to go over your options. So it says, from Lion King to Twilight, Shakespeare has inspired some of the most popular creative works of our time. Your task is to join the club. Through your assignment, you will design a creative work based on Othello. You'll be presenting your final project to the class. So these are your assignment choices. So you can make a graphic novel. So you can write and illustrate a 4-page graphic novel of one act of Othello. So you don't have to do the whole play, just one act. This must be fully illustrated and have at least one full direct quote per page. Pages must be full 8.5 by 11. So you can have an electronic poster as an option. So make an electronic poster that develops one of Othello's themes. A poster must have 2 quotations that fit the chosen theme and an accompanying illustration. Explanations of the drawing and quotes also must be included. So you're going to make a poster, and then you're also going to write why did you pick those pictures and why did you pick those quotes to represent your theme. You have a music option, so you can write and perform a 2 to 3 minute song or rap that summarizes the events of Othello and talks about unit themes while using 5 Othello references. You can do a monologue, so you can memorize one of Othello's or Iago's significant soliloquies and give a dramatic reading for the class. You must also write a 1-page analysis of the soliloquy. You can do a poetry project, so you can write 3 poems inspired by the soliloquy's themes and language. Each poem must be at least 15 lines long and use 5 Shakespearean words. You have the option of writing a journal, so you can write a 3-page journal as one of the characters. You have to make sure you include references to the events in the play and at least 2 direct quotes from the play per page, so you should have 6 overall. Your next option is switching it up, so you can write a new ending to the play. Your scene should be at least 2 full double-spaced type pages. In addition, you should write 1 paragraph explaining why you changed what you did and how it connects to the theme. Your next option is a newspaper. You can create a tabloid newspaper that recaps various events and elements of the play in a gossip column format. So if you look through the rubric, you can see what you will be graded on. You will be turning in your project as well as presenting it to the class. So make sure that you're ready to present the project as well.